Hola, buenos días o hola, buenas tardes. Año 9, bienvenidos a la clase de español. This is our week 1, spring 2 lesson, okay, lesson 1. Before we continue, I would like you to do is to write the title and the date the lesson takes place in Spanish, okay? So make sure that you've got the title and write the date in Spanish. Once you've done that, we're going to move on to the next activity. So you've done this before, okay? The last time you did it, there were 5 circles. This time you've got only 4, okay? So it's just a way of recapping material like topics and grammar we have covered previously. So the first one is you're going to translate this verb that we used in the last lesson. So escuchar, hicimos, va a vivir. Then número 2 is from 3 weeks ago. Okay, so you learned to talk about healthy and unhealthy diet. Okay, so you're going to translate this sentence into English. Mi hermana come caramelos todos los días. Sin embargo, yo siempre como fruta y verduras ya que es muy sano. Then you're going to move on to translate el número 3, la frase número 3, where is from week 2. And what you learned in that week 2 is to talk about how you're feeling. If you're feeling ill, if you're feeling sick, or you've got high temperature, or you're vomiting, or so on. Okay, so I don't feel well. I have a cough and I have fever. So you translate that into Spanish. And the last one, you're going to copy this paragraph and you're going to fill in the gaps with the correct form of the preteritive verb of the verbs that are in brackets, okay? And this is a grammar rule that we covered recently, talking about using the preteritive tense. So pause the video, give yourself about 5-6 minutes to do this activity. And here is the correction. So the first one that you translated to listen, we did, ella is going to live. Then the second translation is my sister eats sweets every day. However, I always eat fruit and vegetables because it is very healthy. The third one is no me encuentro bien, tengo tos y tengo fiebre. And then you have to copy this paragraph. Here you've got the verbs in the preteritive. Ayer salí con mi hermano. La semana pasada fui a la cafetería donde bebí una limonada. And then you have to translate it into English. Okay, so I have put in red the verbs so you can see them, what they mean in English and in Spanish. Make sure you check, mark, and write your scores for this activity. So the objectives for today's lesson and for the rest of the week is that you understand the vocabulary about earning and spending money. Apply the vocabulary learned, writing about your chores and pocket money. And in every lesson, you should evaluate and set targets on how to improve further. So, ¿qué haces para ganar dinero? ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero? What do you do to earn money? Okay, so new vocabulary. I am going to show you new vocabulary. I am going to say this vocabulary twice. You can either stop when I say one phrase and you repeat after me, one sentence, or you can let me go until the end of the slide and then you repeat it when you go the sentences in front of you. Either way, it would be very good that you repeat after me so you are listening to how the pronunciation is and then you repeat just after. Similar as how we will do it in the classroom. Okay, I leave that to you. So, ¿qué haces para ganar dinero? What do you do to earn money? Para ganar dinero, lavo el coche, paseo al perro, pongo la mesa. Para ganar dinero, lavo el coche, paseo al perro, pongo la mesa. ¿Okay? ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero? Para ganar dinero, limpio la casa, trabajo en el jardín, corto el césped. Para ganar dinero, limpio la casa, trabajo en el jardín, corto el césped. ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero? Para ganar dinero, paso la aspiradora, lavo la ropa, plancho la ropa. Para ganar dinero, paso la aspiradora, lavo la ropa, plancho la ropa. ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero? Para ganar dinero, reparto periódicos, hago de canguro, no hago nada. Para ganar dinero, reparto periódicos, hago de canguro, no hago nada. Okay, so that is all the vocabulary. So in here, you've got all the vocabulary that you just heard from me. Okay, so as I said, before coming back to this slide, you could just stop and repeat the sentences after me. So what you're going to do now is, empareja el español y el inglés. Empareja el español y el inglés. What you're going to do, you're going to write this list, okay? And then you're going to match it with the correct translation in English. Pause the video, give yourself 5-6 minutes to do this activity. So let's see. I'm going to read the Spanish and I'm going to read the English, okay? So, lavo el coche, I wash the car. Hago de canguro, I babysit. Limpio la casa, I clean the house. Trabajo en el jardín, I work in the garden. Paseo al perro, I walk the dog. Paso la aspiradora, I do the vacuuming. Pongo la mesa, I lay the table or I set the table. Set up the table. Lavo la ropa, I do the washing. Plancho la ropa, I do the ironing. Reparto los periódicos, I deliver papers. Corto el césped, I cut the grass. No hago nada, I don't do anything. Okay, so can you please check, mark, and write down your scores? How many you've got out of 12, de 12. Now you're gonna do the challenge. Choose 3 sentences from the Spanish list and change the verb to the we form, she form, and you form. So you're gonna take the first one, for example, lavo el coche, and then you're gonna change this one. The verb, as you can see, all the verbs are in the I form, okay? So you're gonna change it to these different forms. For example, lavo el coche, lavamos el coche, okay? Pause the video and give yourself 2 minutes to do the challenge. Well done, guys. So now you're going to listen, escucha y escribe las letras correctas. So here you've got all the vocabulary we have gone through. You've got 12 sentences. However, you're going to write, escribir números del 1 al 8. So escribir números del 1 al 8. Write numbers from 1 to 8 only, because you are going to be listening people telling you, 8 people telling you what they do. Each number is going to have 2 letters. So see my example here. Uno is the person is going to say, limpio la casa y paso la aspiradora. Okay, D and G. So the first one is done for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my PowerPoint. I'm going to click on the listening and you're going to be listening to this. I'm going to check that my volume is high. And there you go, guys.
Módulo 4. Ganarse la vida. Unidad 1. Mi dinero.
Página 60. Ejercicio 1. Escucha y escribe las letras correctas.
1.
¿Qué haces para ganar dinero?
Limpio la casa y paso la aspiradora.
2. ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero?
Lavo la ropa y, por supuesto, plancho la ropa.
3.
¿Qué haces para ganar dinero?
Reparto periódicos y a veces paseo al perro.
4. ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero?
Lavo el coche y trabajo en el jardín.
5.
¿Qué haces para ganar dinero, Patricia?
A ver, paso la aspiradora y pongo la mesa.
6. ¿Y tú, Luisa? ¿Qué haces para ganar dinero?
Trabajo en el jardín y lavo el coche.
7.
Dime, ¿qué haces para ganar dinero?
A ver, paseo al perro y hago de canguro también.
8. Hola, Tania. ¿Qué tal?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. Muy bien. Tania, ¿qué haces para ganar dinero?
Pues pongo la mesa y lavo la ropa.
Okay, so that is the listening for you. I'm going to come back again to my slide. Okay, so you should have 8 numbers with 2 letters each. Let's have a look at the answer. So the first one was done for you, and here you've got the answers. Can you please check, mark, and write down your score? So you should have how many you've got out of 16 or 14, since the first 2 were done for you. Well done, guys. So you have learned to say, ¿qué haces para ganar dinero? What do you do to earn money? So now you are gonna learn to say, ¿qué haces con tu dinero? What do you do with your money? ¿Qué haces con tu dinero? So here you've got a list of things that you can do with your money. So I want you to read these sentences first and check that you can understand. The last one, ahorro, might be a new word for you. It means I save. So ahorrar is a verb that finishing AR means to save money. Okay, read the sentences and then empareja las fotos con las frases correctas. Okay, so you are going to write down these sentences and then next to them, you're gonna write the letter. So you're gonna match these sentences with the correct picture, okay? So write the sentences and next to the sentence, write the correct letter. Give yourself between 3-4 minutes to do this activity. So let's have a look at the answers. Compro maquillaje es F. Compro CDs o DVDs es A. Compro ropa es G. Compro videojuegos es E. Compro crédito para mi móvil es C. Compro revistas es B. Compro chocolates y caramelos es H. Y ahorro es D. Okay. Check, mark, and write down your scores. How many do you have out of 8? Well done, guys. And we're coming to the end of the lesson. So here we're putting together vocabulary that you have learned today, okay? So you are going to translate these sentences. So you're gonna copy these sentences, copia y traduce las siguientes frases. You're gonna copy these sentences and then you're gonna translate. The first 2, you are translating from Spanish to English, and the last 2, you translated from English to Spanish, okay? Pause the video, give yourself 5-6 minutes to complete this activity. And here are the answers, okay? So check that you got the correct word order, that you use the first person of the present tense. Make sure when you are translating to Spanish that you got the accents and the punctuation in the correct parts of the words, that you have used the question mark at the beginning and at the end, that the question will have the accent, okay? Perfect. And we have come to the end of the lesson, year 9. So make sure that you have marked your work and you've written your scores. Make sure that you have written the title and the day that the lesson is taking place. Do not forget to submit this lesson, okay? I will be seeing you in the next lesson. Adiós, hasta luego, año 9.